Hello, my name is Tricia Griffin, and this is my discussion board video forum number 2 for CEFS 501, Ethical and Legal Issues in Counseling. I live in the state of Maryland, so I went to https://health.maryland.gov, and I looked under disciplinary actions to find many cases of ethical violations by counselors and the corresponding actions taken by the Board of Professional Counselors and Therapists for the state of Maryland. After reviewing many of the cases, I found that the most common reason in the state of Maryland for disciplinary action appeared to be a violation of the Maryland Code 10.58.03 and 04, which would be the ethical responsibility of a counselor, stating that a counselor may not enter into relationships that could compromise a counselor's objectivity or create a conflict of interest. Also in 10.58.09b, which discusses sexual misconduct and concurrent sexual relationships, a counselor may not engage in either consensual nor forced sexual behavior with a client. This was the most common violation that I saw. And when I saw how common it was in the field of counseling, I was disappointed. I understand that this can happen in any field, in any workplace, that inappropriate relationships can develop. But I was disappointed that it was so common in counseling specifically, because a counselor should be working for the good of their clients. And in indulging in a sexual relationship with a client, it brings the counselor's effectiveness to professionally show beneficence towards those clients down to the bare minimum, if not zero. So that was disappointing. Some themes that I saw as I looked over cases of disciplinary action in Maryland were breaches in confidentiality, all the way from Medicaid fraud to sexual misconduct. I saw breaches in veracity, including counselors misrepresenting facts, counselors literally having no records at all for any of their clients. I saw a breach in non-maleficence and beneficence in cases where counselors would fail to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in their client-counselor relationships. And I saw a theme of breach in justice, where counselors would treat certain clients differently than other clients, such as spending extra time with the clients that they liked, or giving them gifts, any type of partiality in the client-counselor's relationship. The recent case that I chose to present today was case number 2016-63. in the matter of Jennifer Hammerski, LCPC, before the Maryland State Board of Professional Counselors and Therapists. Ms. Hammerski's unethical actions included sexual misconduct with multiple clients, providing items to clients while they were in detention, willfully making false reports in counseling, and willfully misrepresenting material while providing therapy to her clients. The Maryland state codes that she violated are COMAR Code 10.58.03.04b 2 and 3, as well as 10.58.03.09b1. She also violated the Health OCC Title 2 17-509, all the way from 6, 7, 8, 13 down to 16. Jennifer Hammerski also violated the ACA Code of Ethics by not upholding the following standards. Standard A5 prohibits non-counseling roles and relationships. Specifically, A5A prohibits sexual relationships, and A6B discusses extending the counseling boundaries appropriately. B6A of the American Counseling Association's Code of Ethics discusses creating and maintaining record and documentation. So she violated all of those, the appropriate relationships, the sexual relationships, the records and documentation. And after reviewing her case, the board did conclude Jennifer Hammerski to be guilty. And on April 6, 2018, they revoked her Maryland state license to practice clinical and non-clinical professional counseling. When it comes to counselor impairment, not being able to perform effectively as a counselor, the regulation for the state of Maryland, Section 10.58.03.05, discusses the counseling relationship, and in section B, it discusses dual relationships, and it states that counselors must take appropriate action and measures to ensure that judgment as a counselor is not impaired. And the ACA Code of Ethics addresses counselor impairment as well and states in C2G on impairment that counselors monitor themselves for signs of impairment, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional problems, and refrain from offering or providing professional services when they're impaired. Counselors are advised to seek assistance for their own impairment as well as assist other counselors to identify their impairments. My only question would be, how do you know yourself well enough to be able to determine those signs of impairment as a counselor? And you really do have to sit back and self-reflect in order to have that kind of insight into yourself when it comes to providing care for clients without being impaired physically, mentally, or emotionally. So thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this assignment, and I look forward to hearing from you all.